Nobody.
No, nobody. Okay. Yeah. We will review the chapter thermal physics that we have learned last week. And then this is the first step of your learning objective. The first is after this section, you are able to describe how and why solid, liquid, and gas expand when their temperature rises. The first chapter, we have learned about thermal expansion. Anyone still remember what is thermal expansion? Please raise your hand. Thermal expansion is what is thermal expansion? Yes, please.
Change of object size dari suatu benda gitu Pak.
Change the size of object. When the object is heated. Okay, so if we have object, for example, solid, liquid, and gases, they are heated at the rise temperature. They will change the size. We call it as thermal expansion. The additional size for volume, length, or maybe area, they will increase as the rise of temperature. Okay, so after this section, you have to able to describe how and why solid, liquid, and gases expand. Anyone want to explain and describe why solid, liquid, and gases are able to expand when it heated? Because of the
molecule expand.
The molecule expand. What expand? Size or maybe the other things of the molecule? Position, movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you repeat the explanation, please?
Because when the object is heated, the molecule transfer negative energy of it, and then the movement of molecule become more fast.
Okay. Thank you. Andy, Andy say that why solid, liquid, and gas expand when it heated. Because of when they absorb the kinetic energy or thermal energy, it rises the kinetic energy of the molecule. So they will move faster. Move. The kinetic energy of particle rises. So they will move faster, and then the distance of each particle will be further. Will be further. The distance of each molecule will be further. So they will expand their size. That's why solid, liquid, gases expand. And then, which one the most expand when it heated? Gas. Why? Why can you explain?
Because the particles arrangement is further away from them, and they usually have a higher kinetic energy.
Okay, good. Because the arrangement of particle is the farthest. Because the solid, liquid, I think it's in solid arrangement, and then the gases, it's farthest arrangement from the distance. So it will most expand when gases. Okay, thank you, Kenneth. And then, for example, this explain some everyday uses and consequence of thermal expansion. Anyone can explain?
Train rails.
Train rail.
Train track.
Train track. How is it?
Izin Pak.
Oke. Tadi sampai mana? Pak, lupa ya. Sampai kereta. Oke. Oke. Dilanjut, Louis.
Train tracks when they are not heated due to friction, they have a distance between each train track. But when it is heated, they get longer and
to one another.
Okay, so it kept from each part of railway or rail track. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good explanation from Louis. Yeah. Example of daily life consequence and uses of thermal expansion. Anyone want to give other example or maybe the apply of thermal expansion?
Hot air balloons.
Safiro, please. Okay, tetap Safiro. Safiro. Kenneth. Okay, Kenneth, please explain.
Both me and Safira think that hot air balloons are one of the different.
Hot air balloons. How it work?
So the gas particles inside the balloon is heated up by a heat source under the balloon, and the gas expands in the balloon and lifts the balloon upwards.
Okay, good explanation. Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah. The other example of daily consequence or uses from thermal expansion is air balloon. Yeah. Okay. And then anyone will give another example? Yes, please.
Heated up.
Mhm.
Until it's not
Mhm.
expand.
And then?
The molecule goes swimming.
Okay. Maybe you're supposed to be metal.
Yeah. So, like solid object. Heated up until it's melting point. Easily expand.
Okay. So it means they will melt and then more expand.
More
Yeah.
expand.
Okay. Thank you. Adit. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll go to the next target. Yeah. Okay. Objective. Relate energy supply to increase temperature when an object is heated, and then this measure the specific heat capacity. Yeah, I think we have discussed it yesterday.
Yeah.
The experiment to measure specific heat capacity. Anyone can repeat the explanation, please? I think we need to do in front of the class, yeah? Okay, you can explain it, please. Yeah.
Explain what is specific capacity.
Yeah, how to measure specific heat capacity? Yeah. Okay. Please explain. Yes.
Okay, so basically, specific heat capacity is defined as the energy required per unit mass per unit temperature. Increase measured in joule per kilogram degree Celsius. So the formula is delta E equals by mass multiplied by specific heat capacity and multiplied by delta theta. That's it.
Okay. Can you state the equation, please? Right in your whiteboard. Okay, please give what is delta E, what is MC, and delta theta.
Basically, delta E is the energy, isn't it? Yeah, energy and flows by M is mass, and multiplied by C is specific heat capacity, and multiplied by delta theta or change change of temperature.
Okay, thank you, yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this is thermal energy that include specific heat capacity. For example, this equation, yeah. Delta E is for the symbol for
Energy.
thermal energy. Okay, what is the unit?
Joules.
Unit is joule. Okay, thank you. And then mass. What is the meaning of
Kilogram.
unit in kilograms? Okay. And then C. What is C?
Specific
Specific
heat capacity.
heat capacity. What is the unit?
Joule per kilogram degree Celsius.
Okay, degree Celsius. And then delta. What is the meaning of delta? Temperature change. Okay. And then what is the unit?
Celsius.
Degree Celsius. Okay, thank you. So we have this equation called thermal energy. Energy equals to mass times specific heat capacity and then time delta T. And then what is the meaning of specific heat capacity? Anyone want to explain, please? What is the meaning? Specific heat capacity. Yeah? Anyone? Shafiq? Want to try? Explain what is specific heat capacity? No. Dara? Want to try explain what is specific heat capacity? Okay.
Omar.
Dara?
Omar.
Omar? Okay. Omar. Okay. Okay, Dara. Yeah, okay. Please explain what is specific heat capacity.
Like energy needed, thermal energy needed for being an object is equilibrium temperature.
Okay. Thermal energy needed to equilibrium temperature. Okay. Anyone give other opinion?
Like
Omar. Okay. Omar or Reza? Omar.
energy required, but like for the state of matter.
Okay. Energy required to change state of matter. Okay. Yeah. Anyone want to try it? Yes, please.
Is the amount of energy needed to keep an object.
In an object. The same from here, I found that energy required to do something. I think, yeah. Okay, look. I have this equation. This equation, specific heat capacity, and then look the units. We have joule over kilogram and degree Celsius. Joule, it's indicate for energy. And then this kilogram
Mass.
for mass. And then C is all temperature. Okay, this tells us about temperature. So the definition of specific heat capacity you can find by this unit. It's mean energy over mass or energy per mass and degree Celsius. It tells us about this energy required because it's division. Yeah? Division tells us required or needed of amount mass to rise every or maybe 1 degree Celsius of
Mass.
temperature.
Oh, right.
I think the term or the variable is now from this energy, mass, and then temperature. That is the definition of specific heat capacity. The required energy to rise amount of mass every 1 degree Celsius. Yeah. The term is based on this unit. One of you give explanation about the change of state. Yeah, I will give some review first. Change of state is not about this specific heat capacity, but about this latent heat. Be careful. It is a different things if we have specific heat capacity and latent heat. Latent heat is this energy, yeah, required to change the state of matter. This is the difference of latent heat and specific heat capacity. Yeah, they are different. The first tell us about energy need to rise the temperature, but latent heat tell us about energy required to this the state of matter. Then we have two. I think there are two specific latent heat.
Fusion and
Yeah, specific.
evaporation.
Latent heat of fusion, it means the energy required to melting.
No,
Yeah. And then the second one we have
evaporation.
specific latent heat of
Evaporation.
evaporation. It means the energy required to evaporate
Steam.
something. Yeah. Change state from liquid to
Gas.
gas. This evaporation. And then fusion, it
Solid
has
to-
same meaning with melting. Yeah. Okay. Any question about this? No? Okay. I think enough for review. Yeah. For review what we have learned last week. Yeah. We have learned. Can you state it? The first. Well, specific heat capacity, and then thermal expansion, and then latent heat. Okay, and then the others is about how application of thermal expansion. Okay, I think enough yeah, for the review, and then please open your worksheet. Yeah, the worksheet that I have shared to you yesterday. Okay.
Atmospheric pressure is 100 degrees Celsius.
After that, evaporation of water. So evaporation is different from boiling and melting. It can happen at any temperature and can only happen at the surface of the liquid. Specific maintenance heat of evaporation is energy to boil or condense in equation, energy, mass times specific heat.
The component that can withstand change in temperature without failure and damage. Next.
So the next is there's three state of matter. First and second is solids and liquids. Solids and liquids, when heated, particles vibrate more, causing them to push upward slightly, resulting in expansion. But liquids expand more than solids when heated by the same amount, because liquids have weaker intermolecular force than solids. And before solids get hit, then they will be like this, berdekatan lah, nggak berjauh.
Number 7 will be answered by Omar. Yeah, please, the other listen Omar explanation. Okay, please, Omar, time is yours.
Okay, so for question number 7, we know that there's two beakers, both of them contain different liquids, and same, but they have the same heaters. So the heat from the heaters are the same. They have the same power. They expel the same heat. However, the time of heating is different. For the first liquid, it's heated for 100 seconds, and the second liquid is for 200 seconds. But the the final temperature for both liquids are the same, right? So from this, which statement is correct? Either both liquids receive the same amount of energy, B, liquid 1 receives more energy than liquid 2, and C, both liquids have equal thermal capacity, and finally D, the thermal capacity of liquid 1 is different than thermal capacity of liquid 2. We can already scratch for energy. We can scratch A because sorry, we can scratch B right away because we know that the heaters are they have the same power, so they should both be receiving the same amount of energy and both thermal capacity. And we can scratch C because we know that they require different times to get to the same temperature. And A we can scratch because both liquids receive the same amount of energy. No, they don't receive the same amount of energy because one is heated more quickly compared to the other. And the reason why I think it's D is because since MC equals theta temperature, right? Since C to the thing. How do I explain this?
Specific heat
Specific heat
capacity
capacity.
is related to thermal capacity.
Berarti harusnya the energy received should be this one, right?
Recall the relation of energy, power, and time.
Energy, power, and time must be. Oh yeah. Power is work divided by time, right? So since time. How to explain this?
And then look,
Okay, yeah.
time heat, the heating time based on the equation.
So beaker A, it should be energy, the work joule, right? Joule. Wait. So basically, since they take the same, since beaker 2 is 200 seconds to reach the same temperature, basically, the heat capacity should be more higher than liquid A.
Okay.
Since liquid A receives goes to raises temperature more quickly than liquid 2.
Okay, so you details that liquid in the B beaker has more specific heat capacity than first beaker. Yeah.
From observation, yeah.
Okay, but you still confuse the relation about the energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Equation I still a bit fuzzy on
Okay,
that.
still confused about energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's never mind. Yeah. You have tried answer it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give applause to Omar. Yeah.
First liquid or liquid in beaker B or second liquid have greater specific heat capacity than liquid A. Yeah. Okay. But he's still confused. What is the relationship of energy and then time and then this same power? Okay, let's discuss. Yeah. Do you still remember what is equation of power from
per day.
grade 10?
Work divided by time.
Work
Power equals to?
divided by time.
Okay.
Still.
We have information this. Power equals to work or energy over time. So we can compare the energy from figure A and then figure B by this equation. Look, we have this equation and then rearrange to W equals to power times T, or we use this work equals to change of energy by this case. Okay, any question? So rearrange this equation first. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Liquid 1, it needs 100 seconds. And then the second beaker, 200 seconds. So I think it's take longer to rise the same temperature. Yeah. The rise temperature. So we have this P times 200. This is for delta 2. And then for delta T1, P times 100. Which is need more energy.
True.
Yeah, I think it takes more energy. Yeah, if you want to check the energy required to rise the temperature, so this is the conclusion. The second liquid need more energy than first. So we have the same conclusion, Omar. Yeah, the conclusion is the second liquid need more energy to rise the temperature. So it must be has greater specific heat capacity or thermal capacity. So the answer is D delta. Yeah. Okay. Is there any question?
No, sir.
My explanation is clear enough for you?
Yes.
Yes, clear enough? Okay, so my concern is here. We need to recall this equation. Yeah. So we can deduce which liquid need more energy by this experiment. Yeah. Okay, I think enough. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I think that's all today. Do you have any question? Okay. Can you say what you have learned today, please? You have learned about thermal expansion. Okay. Next, you have learned about latent heat. Okay. Next, specific heat capacity. Okay. And then we have learned about what is internal energy, and then thermal energy. Yeah. Okay. I think enough for today. We'll continue next week, and I will give you some exercise and maybe unit test. Yeah. Okay. I think enough for today. Thanks your attention and participation. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.